image of India is not what we think about.
इंडिया मतलब ही लोग सोचते हैं कि स्लम्स है, गाय बैठे रहते हैं सड़क पे, वहाँ का पानी नहीं पी सकते हैं, यहाँ के बच्चे ट्रेन के छत से लटकते हैं और स्लम डॉग बनते हैं सब.
Few of the NGOs are actually doing the research work. It's like your consultancy, and they call it NGO. There was a speech of Mr. Narendra Modi where he asked professionals to come forward and donate an hour. Donate an hour came into the picture. We see others as if they are the secondary citizens and we are the privileged one. When you get money more than what you require, then innovation is stopped first. If I'm providing a resource to somebody else, that is the best resource that I'm providing to somebody else. I can provide the same resource to my child, right?
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you, depending on where you're joining us from. Welcome to this episode of Towards a Better World, my Thinkly community where I, Ayan Banerjee, in a personal capacity, speak to some of the most inspiring voices of our times, from decorated CEOs to celebrated artists, from child prodigies to award-winning change makers, to name a few. Today's episode is very personal and a very proud one for me. Have you ever felt frustrated that the regular work that you do has no long-term meaning? I too used to feel that way. The story that I am about to share with you today will show you that this is not true. And it'll also show you how anyone with the right intent at heart can leave a dent in the universe. And even if you are not fortunate enough to do it yourself, you can always play a role in the life of someone else who can. So let me begin the story. The year is 2005, that is 20 years back, and I am leading this organizational transformation of a non-performing region, and I'm hiring an entire new team of sales managers as part of the restructuring exercise. Among the other applicants, there is this young girl from Agra who shows up, fresh out of college. And here's the fun part. She comes riding on a motorbike for an interview. What she lacks in experience is somehow made up by the sincerity on her face. I make a gut decision. You know, one of those decisions, right? Which come from your gut. And I hire her. She doesn't disappoint me at all, and she does very well in what becomes her first job. The next year, I leave the company and the city. And later, as I learn, she too has moved on to the UK with her husband, who by now has also become a friend of mine. While both of them do very well in their careers, what really catches my attention and my admiration is when they decide to come back to India with a burning desire to give back to society. What then starts as a very small initiative of teaching children at their Gurgaon flat soon gathers momentum and becomes a movement of its own. Donate an Hour, the NGO founded by Meenakshi Singh and Divya Prakash, works at the grassroots level in one of the most underprivileged sections of Indian society, where they are uplifting lives of children through quality residential education and imparting them vocational skills to stand tall and independent in the world.
मेरा नाम मुस्कान है। मैं झांसी जिले के मौलानीपुर गांव में पैदा हुई थी। मेरे मम्मी पापा किसान थे और वो मेरे पैदा होने के कुछ साल बाद गांव में सूखा पड़ गया, जिसकी वजह से बहुत पैसों की तंगी होने लग गई। पैसे नहीं थे घर में, तो मम्मी पापा को शहर आना पड़ा और गांव में शिफ्ट हो गए। फिर मम्मी के साथ ही एक आंटी थी जो कि काम करती थी और वो मम्मी की फ्रेंड थी, तो उन्होंने हमें बताया कि यहाँ पे एक NGO चलता है जिसका नाम डोनेट एन आवर है। 2024 अभी चल रहा है, तो मैं 2020 से ही डोर कैंपस में ही रहती हूँ। यहीं से मैंने अपनी पढ़ाई करी, यहीं पे मैंने अपने 10th की पढ़ाई करी, 12th की पढ़ाई करी, और अब मेरा 12th का एग्ज़ाम हो गया है, मेरे मार्क्स आ गए हैं और अब मैं BBA की पढ़ाई शुरू कर रही हूँ। गाँव की बच्चियों के पास इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं होती, जैसे मेरे पास नहीं थी, पर समहाउ मैं यहाँ पे पहुँची और फिर मेरे को इतनी सारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मिली। तो मैं चाहती हूँ कि मेरे जैसी जितनी बच्चियाँ हैं, जितनी औरतें हैं जिनको नहीं अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती, मैं उनके बारे में कुछ सोचती हूँ। तो हमने अभी एक कंपनी इस्टेब्लिश करी है जिसमें मीनाक्षी मैम और मधु मैम मेरी मदद कर रही हैं, जिसका नाम है शुद्ध ट्रीट्स।
I simply cannot feel prouder than hosting Meenakshi on this show today, not just to showcase the great work that they are doing, but also to bring forth a glowing example how anyone with the right intent and resilience can change the world. So without any further ado, let me welcome Meenakshi Singh to Towards a Better World. Welcome, Meenakshi.
Hello, sir. Thanks
How
for
are you?
inviting me.
Very good to see you after so many years, Meenakshi, and very, as I said, I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm feeling like, actually, I'm not feeling like another interview, because first interview was back then in 2007, I guess, 2006, five. Yeah. Okay, so I'm feeling like you are already, donating more than an hour for the cause by spreading the word to many people. And whosoever will be joining this podcast, they will also be donating their few minutes to few hours. And I believe the end of the podcast, who will stay till end, I think they will be getting some clarity. I hope so, or they can join me if they are fully motivated and feeling like they can join this cause or maybe some other cause. Yeah. So let's start.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's get started. And please feel free to be yourself, Meenakshi. I mean,
Yeah.
the idea is to have a free flowing conversation. Just feel free to stop me anytime you wish, and we can just have a good exchange. The idea is to take this entire great cause that you are pursuing, both of you, to take it to the world. I mean, to my part of the world. I mean, that's how we are going to do it. So thanks a lot for taking time out to do this, Meenakshi. And while I would have loved to have both you and Divya on the show together, I understand that he has some other commitments, and which is completely understandable given the amount of monumental work that you guys are doing. So we'll let you speak on behalf of both of you. And as I don't like wasting any time with when our guests are live on the show, let me start by asking you the first and the very, very obvious question: that how did a young couple working in tech and who were, I'm sure, who were leading a good life in the UK, choose to get back to India and get into social entrepreneurship of all things? And especially because the work that you are doing, and it's really commendable work that you guys are doing, but it is also very tough working from the grassroots in some of the most aspirational districts of rural India. So, Meenakshi, tell us your story.
So, you know me, when I joined that organization, but my stories started even before that, when me and Divya, we both came out of the college, and due to the dot-com bubble, it was not easy to get the corporate job. So the initial days were quite tough, and because of that reason, we learned the value of money, and the difficult level was such that we couldn't afford a decent accommodation. Okay. So after many ups and downs, we managed to get a job. Obviously, I mean, that was my first corporate job where you interviewed me. Um, and but the thing was that we learned the value of money, and we started earning. Even though we were earning the good money, we were having a good life in India, and it was not planned when we went to UK. So since beginning, I got involved working with people. Those that was a very small group. I mean, I went to UK and I started working as a business analyst. And at that point of time, I was into a job where I was dealing with many senior people, and those senior people were the natives of Britain. So it was very obvious that they started talking in their own way about India, because that is something which is taught to them in their history books, right? So I have no grudges, or I'm not here to criticize anyone about whatever they are thinking about India. But they made me realize that the image of India is not what we think about, that we are earning good money, we are educated, so that's how we are taken by other individuals. Okay. um, and that made me start thinking about what can I do for my own country, because if I'm not doing anything and I'm just earning money, then then somewhere I'm losing the purpose in my own life. Because earning money is something, is it's like a step in your I mean, when you are growing, it's like your day-to-day work. You need to you should have something to buy, or to purchase, and that's why you need money. But let's say if you get everything in your life, so there are so many people who are so privileged and they get everything which is made available by the parents. So that clarity I had that if I'm doing something, there should be some purpose. So I started discussing that with Divya that, this is the worst place in the world where I'm living because I'm not getting that level of respect, though we are getting good money and I'm working in good organizations. Divya and other people, those who were around me, they started talking about, the benefits of living in a good space and the kind of future we can give to our children. Obviously, there are so many big universities and those places are there. So if you are going to get the PR, then obviously, getting the admission in those universities will be easier, right? There are so many lucrative things that will uh, those were there at that point of time. um, but somewhere, I felt that this is not me, and there is again, I mean, I'm not responsible for others to achieve something. So, for an example, if I'm getting a child, and if child wants to get admission in a good university, for that child is responsible, right? I mean, as a parent, I can provide a good. I mean, all the means, but after some point of time, they have to, achieve it or they have to own it. So if my child would like to get admission or if they would like to lead a good life, they have to do their own effort rather me doing everything for them. And I think this is the biggest trap in which most of us are trapped, because we in our entire life think about what will happen if I will stop doing this, what will happen to my child, what will happen to my wife. And anyway, somewhere I was thinking that I should not be living life of other people, be it my husband or be it my own child. In 2012, we came back India, and I started looking for some work in NGOs because we were giving donations to the NGOs. And I started writing emails to the NGOs where we were donating the money. And to my surprise, no reply came from them. And I became more curious about the way NGOs are working, and what actually do they do. And then I came to know that, few of the NGOs are actually doing the research work. It's like, it's like your consultancy. So they research on something and then they provide consultancy and they call it uh, NGO. So legally you can do many things under NGO. And my idea was NGOs that I wanted to do something on ground. So finally, I started looking for the job where I can speak in my native language, because if you want to connect to the last person in the society, you have to speak in their language, and that is, I mean, for me it was Hindi. So that's how I came to Gurgaon. And I found this job. Whatever salary they said, I became agree on that. There was no negotiation, nothing, because my main motive was to work for the society. Then again, I started. I mean, because the first thing what failed for me was like writing emails. So I thought, okay, I should be going to the NGOs. I should be visiting the NGOs. So I visited a few of them, and they told me that either you are overqualified or underqualified, because I was not having that particular degree, that master in social work. Okay, and I was overqualified because I had tag of working in UK. So they were thinking that I was very good in presentation and I would have been very useful in collecting money. Okay, so for fundraising. And my idea of doing social work was more going to the ground and do directly for the society. And in between, for good 15 days, I worked in mini secretariat. Okay, and then I realized that politics is not the place from where basically I was misfit for that environment. Um, so I even left that area also. And then I was grossly involved in my office work because I had that energy and it was not getting utilized anywhere. So I started giving 18 to 20 hours to my office job. And immediately I received client appreciation. I had a letter from the client where they appreciated my work. and that made my manager very conscious about this resource because I started getting, all the attention from everywhere because I was sitting at the client place, and he demoted me immediately. I received, can you believe, I received need improvement rating. Okay. And that was the starting point of Donate an Hour. Because that day I realized that what actually went wrong. And I discussed that with Divya. See that, my manager gave me needs improvement rating, whereas I have this client appreciation letter in my hand. Then Divya asked me कि तुम क्यों आई हो इंडिया, तुम्हारा मतलब तुमको ये काम ही करना था और तुमको यही सब कुछ करना था, तो यूके वॉज द बेस्ट प्लेस बिकॉज यू वर getting the best work, the best company of the people, best money, best infrastructure. Here you are doing, work and work and work. Again, you are going into the same trap. So better let's go over there because I had visa. I mean, I was already having visa when I came back India. It was alive for another 4 years, right? So I immediately realized that, somewhere I became disappointed and I left my quest of doing something, finding out the purpose in my life. So again, I started, the same journey. वही लोगों के पास जाओ, मिलो, उनसे पूछो कि मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ. And then in between, this particular thing happened in my life, which played again a major role. It was 5th September, and there was a speech of Mr. Narendra Modi for the school students, where he asked professionals to come forward and donate an hour. Okay, so so from where this word donate an hour came into the picture. So, like a normal listener, I became so motivated, and I ran to the nearby school, government school, and I asked them if I can teach to the student free of cost. They refused me. They said, "No, you go to the the district education officer (DEO) and get the approval first." So I went to the office of this particular department, and there I met the clerk. This lady said, "Sir is on leave for 15 days because there's a marriage." So I waited there for 2 months to get the appointment of DEO that I didn't get. And
फ्री में पढ़ाने के लिए भी आपको 2 महीने वेट करना था.
हाँ, 2 महीने वेट करना पड़ा. And teachers were not allowing, I mean, principal was not allowing me to go inside the classroom, I mean, not even inside her office, by saying that, you people can do anything. We can't allow anyone to, come like this and can teach anyone. So then I started thinking, what can I do next? Then Divya said, why are you running from here to there? I mean, you are going to NGOs, you're going to the political party, then you are going to DO office, and you are waiting here. So why don't you start teaching? Because end of the day, you want to teach, so you can teach anywhere. So what I did, that I made my life like very disciplined, that every day I started coming home at 5:30 because close to 5 o'clock it was end of my office day. So 5:30 I was coming back to home, and I asked my house help to send her children for the teaching, for studying. So she started sending her children for studying, and that's how this Donate an Hour journey started. तो मैं ऑफिस से आ जाती थी, और क्योंकि हम लोग एक रेंटेड फ्लैट में रहते थे, तो मुझे ये भी डर था कि कहीं कोई ना मना ना कर दे. Because you see, when you are living in Gurgaon, you are like no one. This is not your place. Okay. So I asked them that you just stay there, outside the gate, wait for me. Whenever I'll come, I'll take you along with me inside the flat. Okay. So that's how it all started. Then they brought 2 more kids, so it became 5, and then number went to 15. फिर नीचे वाले जो हमारे जो फ्लैट के जो नीचे रहते थे, उन्होंने एक दिन कंप्लेन की कि ये तुम कहाँ से ये गंदे बच्चे उठा लाती हो, और वो हमारी सीढ़ियां गंदी कर देते हैं, और तुम जिन गंदे बच्चों को जहां से लेकर के आई हो वहीं ले जाओ, और वहां जाके क्यों नहीं पढ़ाती. This is very natural. Like, if you really want to do something, you do within your space. But then that within your space is not your flat, because again, that flat is the common area is shared with many other people, and that problem is still there. In our society, where we see others as if they are the secondary citizens, yeah, and we are the privileged one. So I moved to the nearby park, and it is one of the biggest park in my area. I mean, in Sector 45. So I went to the nearby slum. I thought that now I'm in a big park, so why don't utilize this space, and why don't I bring more children to this space? तो मैं बगल के स्लम में गई, वहां से कुछ 80 बच्चे ढूंढ के मैंने निकाले। मतलब बच्चे ढूंढना कोई इंडिया में डिफिकल्ट काम नहीं है, इतनी पॉपुलेशन है हमारी। तो वहां से 80 बच्चे मैंने ढूंढ के निकाले, और एक जवान लड़का था वहां पे। देयर वाज अ यंग बॉय हु वाज डूइंग जॉगिंग ओवर देयर। तो वो घूम रहा था, और वो आया इमिडिएटली मेरे पास और बोला कि मैम, डू यू नीड एनी हेल्प? मैंने बोला हाँ हाँ, तुम आओ बैठो, और इन बच्चों की ना कॉपीज चेक करो। तब तक आई मेड अ ग्रुप, लाइक ये छोटे बच्चे हैं, ये बड़े बच्चे हैं, इनको ये आता है, उसके बेसिस पे मैंने ग्रुप बना लिए थे। तो उस बंदे ने ज्वाइन किया। उसके बाद लोगों का आना शुरू हो गया। मतलब कुछ लोग आए, कुछ लोगों ने क्रिटिसाइज करा। अगेन वहां पे भी वही प्रॉब्लम्स आई कि क्यों पढ़ा रही हो यहाँ पर, हम ये बच्चे यहाँ की घास खराब कर देते हैं, पत्तियां तोड़ते हैं, हल्ला मचाते हैं, दौड़ते हैं। आई हैव मेड अ वीडियो ऑल्सो ऑन दैट, कि अगर कोई आपकी इंसल्ट करे तो आपको कैसा लगता है। तो वो सब हुआ। But that was kind of starting of me teaching in the park and joining the volunteers, and that went up to 14 centers in Gurgaon. So my work was to finding out the children, finding out the slum, and then finding out the nearest park, then identifying the volunteers. And luckily I had a big support from the people like me and you, those who were there in the Gurgaon. They're in Gurgaon for the job. So they all came forward. So in a year, we were having 2,500 to 3,000 inquiries. And I mean, again, I'm not criticizing, but hardly say 10 to 15 people were joining in a year, sincerely. So these people were there at all over the places, like on all 14 locations. It was going good. Children were getting good mentoring from the volunteers. Then in 2017, I received a call from US. There was somebody from Gurgaon who was doing business over there. He wanted to sponsor few children to get admitted in a public school, I mean in private school. So I asked him to, whenever he is visiting India, then we can talk and we can discuss about it. Because obviously, I mean, being in a finance industry, I mean, I just can't trust on someone even if people is coming with a lot of money. So that person came to India after some time, and by then even I've forgotten completely that somebody called me to give the sponsorship. So he sponsored the fee of 6 children, and they all got admitted in a public school. When they got admitted in the public school, we soon realized that getting them admitted in the public school is not enough, because they actually there was a demand of a parent, not the school, right? Because if you and me are here, we are here all because of the environment which was provided by our families for the growth, okay? And that environment was completely missing. So even if they were admitted in a good school, there was as such no environment where they were nurtured by someone to be attentive in the class, to do their homework or classwork. So again, our volunteers came forward. They actually adopted these children like their own children. So after school hours, from say 4 o'clock till 9:30, these children were staying at the volunteers' place, and they were getting the personal attention. And the result of that, these students started coming first, second, third in the school. But then again, it was very expensive. We were paying 1 lakh per annum each kid, and we were having 1,000 plus students. So we decided to, build a model where we can, serve more and more student with lesser hassle and with lesser money. Um, so with that concept, this day residential facility we started in 2018, and by then they were got transferred to Gurgaon because they were was in Pune. So again, I mean, this is my way of doing things, that if I really want to do something, I'll be investing myself first rather hiring someone. Because if you hire someone, then you are actually not believing in the task. I mean, you can build a team, but you can't, superficially supervising them. This helicopter supervision doesn't work. So I asked Divya, because he was here in Delhi as a IT head for Delhi NCR region. So his job was very stressful. So he wanted to, switch the job. And I asked him that, see, we don't have as such any liability, right? I mean, we just have one kid. So why don't you leave the job and rather joining another one, you work completely for this cause. Okay.
उसका भी दिमाग खराब किया आपने। अच्छा।
हाँ, मतलब दिव्य का दिमाग, मुझे लगता है कि हम दोनों का ही दिमाग थोड़ा सा खराब है, क्योंकि बहुत सारी ऐसी बातें जो यहाँ बताई नहीं जा सकती।
नहीं, आई एम किडिंग। आई मीन आप दोनों का कंपैटिबिलिटी बहुत होगा, तभी जाके आप दोनों मिलके इतना अच्छा काम कर रहे हो। सॉरी, हाँ, गो अहेड।
ओके, सो तो दिव्य ने बोला कि हाँ ठीक है, मतलब बिकॉज दिव्य इज कमिंग फ्रॉम अ फैमिली ऑफ डॉक्टर्स एंड टीचर्स, right? So I said, okay, doctor profession doesn't, I mean, you don't qualify for doctors, but definitely this teacher's profession, you very well qualified. So he joined, donate an hour by teaching few of the kids before we started this residential facility. I mean, he was already involved, like teaching few of them at home because those were the senior students. So they were required like personal attention. And so I saw him like teaching those kids. So that's why, I gave this proposal to him that why don't you join this thing like full time, because you actually enjoy. So they were joined in 2018, and there were 15 students. I mean, the model was somewhere I read about this, that in a class there shouldn't be more than 25 students. And I thought, okay, let's just start with 15, because of the capacity of the room was not more than 15. Like, I mean, there should be adequate space in the room. So because we were in the flat, so we decided to take only 15 students. Out of 15, I mean, there was a screening examination, out of which we selected 15 students. And out of 15, only 7 stayed with us because we were not the brand name. Today I was reading a post which was about the English medium school, like everybody is running behind getting admission in a particular type of school, because they feel that education given in that kind of a school will secure their future. So nobody wanted to, even the underprivileged one never wanted to be taught by us, because we were not the teachers, right? We were not coming in the definition or the criteria of a teacher. But somehow these 7 students, they stayed with us, and then next year we took 15 students, so it became 27. By 2020, everything was going fine. Okay, there's one more thing happened, that in 2017 there was one SP in Mewat, Nuh area. This is adjacent district of Gurgaon. She came to know about us, and she visited one of our center in Gurgaon anonymously, and she inquired about us, and she verified everything. And then she called me one day, and she said, why don't you come to Nuh and start doing the same thing what you are doing here in Gurgaon? So I and few other volunteers, we all went to DC office. We met DC at that time. There was a function, we all were invited, and there was a ceremony which was going on to give the Best Teachers Award. To my surprise, I mean, I found that, many people got Best Teachers Award, and this is one of the areas where education is the parameter where hardly say is 50 or 40% people are, even literate. Forget about the education, because literacy and education, these two are the separate thing. So I started thinking, what we can do, because daily commuting from Gurgaon to Nuh was not possible. There was a distance of 70 kilometer. So we started working on this model of smart classes. So we can proudly say that we were the pioneer on this concept, which we launched in Mewat in 2018. And we installed a few Android TVs in schools, where we were giving them, few searches where they can get the idea about the lesson. If not everything was covered by those YouTube lessons, but at least something was covered, right? So that's how we started working in Mewat. Then we installed many solar street lights, because every Saturday and Sunday from 2017 till 2020, I spent in Mewat. Even I can say that Choti Diwali, New Year, each and every festival, I was there, because not only me, I mean, we all volunteers were there, and we were so mentally, physically invested in this cause. Then in 2020, a pandemic came, and everything stopped. All these centers stopped. Mewat visits were stopped. Then those children, those who were coming for the day boarding facility, this all. I mean, everything stopped working. So we decided to bring these children uh, within our premise for complete boarding, not just for day boarding. And because parents were leaving Gurgaon because they were having no means to stay here, and that's how it became like fully residential in 2020, all because of COVID. Then we became 37 by 2021. So in 2021, we started looking for a new place, a bigger place, because living in a flat with 37 children, we were not having adequate means to, we were not having enough toilets and kitchen area. So we found this place, this campus where I'm staying right now with 60 children. This is half an acre facility where we have, enough space, green area, farms, and everything. So this
And
is
it is
the journey
completely
so far.
solar. It is solar powered, right? It is India's
Yeah.
100% solar, first solar powered campus.
Yeah, and everything is done by students. I mean, starting from cleaning to help in cooking, gardening, everything. I mean, this is completely self-sustainable model where water is recycled, except black water. On black water, we will start recycling in our new campus, which is under development. So apart from that, we do most of the stuff which many privileged schools or the campuses are not doing, all because they have a lot of money. And I always say that when you get money more than what you require, then innovation is stop first. मतलब अगर आपको कुछ करना है ना, तो मतलब कुछ कुछ एक कमी होनी चाहिए, कुछ एक तड़प होनी चाहिए. अगर वो तड़प खत्म हो गई, जो कि पैसा बहुत जल्दी कर देता है, क्योंकि वो आपको वो सब कुछ दे देता है जो आपको नहीं चाहिए. So in that way, yeah, this campus is where I'm living, and I'm also, because this year February, few days back was my last day in my organization. So because of all thanks to recession in IT, so I also gave up, and now I am also completely like 100% for this work. Yeah.
Superb, superb. And necessity is the mother of invention. जैसे आपने कहा कि आपको जरूरत थी करके आपने इनोवेट किया. और शुरू से मतलब if I it was a long story, but if I try to join the dots, all that you said makes a lot of sense. Like आपने जो यूके के बारे में बताया, जो इंडिया का परसेप्शन होता है वर्ल्ड eyes में, even people have a very patronizing view towards India, कि इंडिया मतलब ही लोग सोचते हैं कि स्लम्स है, गाय बैठे रहते हैं सड़क पे, वहां का पानी नहीं पी सकते हैं, और यहाँ के बच्चे ट्रेन के छत से लटकते हैं और स्लम डॉग बनते हैं सब. मतलब इंडिया के बारे में बड़ा गंदा सा इमेज है वर्ल्ड, इवन सिविलाइज्ड पढ़े लिखे लोगों के अंदर में भी है. So kudos to you guys that you actually took it, and it shows up from your answers, Meenakshi. आपने सच में मतलब फाइट मारा, ऐसे नहीं कि इतने आसानी से आपने जस्ट शुरू कर दिया कहीं, यू जस्ट ज्वाइंड समथिंग. सो यू एक्चुअली आंसर्ड अ लॉट ऑफ व्हाट आई वांटेड टू आस्क यू एज पार्ट ऑफ माय सेकंड क्वेश्चन, व्हिच वाज मुझे ये पता करना था कि जो इनिशिएटिव आप लोगों ने किया है इसमें बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस आएंगे, आई एम श्योर. यू नो, जो आप जब बच्चों को सिर्फ एकेडमिक मतलब my admiration for your institution is not just because you're an NGO who is imparting education. वो तो मतलब it's a very noble thing, but there are many NGOs who do that. But what sets it apart is what you said in the end of your first answer, is that you are making it 100% self-sustained organization. जब आप बच्चों को सिर्फ academic skills और credentials नहीं दे रहे हैं, बल्कि उनको self-sufficient real life skills भी दे रहे हैं, जैसे they are cooking, they are cleaning, they are farming, they are doing everything else, and they are becoming independent. So चैलेंजेस के अंदर में आपने बताया कि पेंडेमिक आ गई और फिर उस स्ट्रेटा ऑफ सोसाइटी में पेरेंट्स को भी मनवाना मुश्किल होता होगा कभी कभार कि आपके बच्चों को एजुकेशन में आप ले आओ, और फिर वॉलंटियर्स मिलना, आपने कहा इट्स नॉट दैट डिफिकल्ट, आपको मिला है वॉलंटियर्स. फंड्स कहाँ से आते थे आपको? आपने एक जन का जिक्र किया, और भी जगह थे जहां से फंड्स आते थे?
So I think one thing which was very clear to me, that I mean, if you start anything, even if you start a business, you have to be personally invested, okay? And when I was in MBA, it was the line which was coming again and again, and we were putting it as a first line in each and every answer, you know, on that type of subject, that, you know, humans are the biggest asset, okay, for an organization. And I still believe that, you know, we have to work with humans for humans, and rest of the things will come eventually. But if you will other way round, कि पहले आप पैसा जुटाओ, पहले आप रिसोर्सेस खड़े करो और खुद बाद में एंटर करो, राइट? तो क्या होता है कि फिर आपका सारा काम जो है ना, वो बनने की बजाय बिगड़ने लगता है. आप कितनी भी प्लानिंग कर लो और उसमें आप खुद इन्वॉल्व नहीं होते हो, तो आप ना किसी भी काम को करने में बहुत लॉन्ग टर्म में सक्सेसफुल नहीं होगे. मतलब ये कुछ ऐसा है कि आप पढ़ना चाहते हो, राइट, पर आप सारी चीजें जुटा लेते हो, पर आप खुद पढ़ते नहीं हो, तो एंड ऑफ द डे किताबें तो आपके दिमाग में नहीं घुस जाएंगी, किताबें तो कंपटीशन में जाके नहीं बैठ जाएंगी, राइट? तो ये एक चीज मुझे बहुत पहले से, मतलब शुरू से ही मुझे क्लियर रही है. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि आज हो गई, पर ये था कि पहले मैं इस विजडम को अपने काम में लगाती थी, और बाद में मैंने वही विजडम जब ये डोनेटेना शुरू किया तो इसमें लगाया. सो माई ओन डॉटर इज स्टडिंग हियर. सो बहुत सारे लोगों ने मुझे बोला, इनफैक्ट मेरी फैमिली में इस बात का बहुत अपोज हुआ कि तुम अपनी बेटी को क्यों यहाँ पढ़ाती हो, राइट? मतलब तुम अपनी बेटी को किसी अच्छे स्कूल में पढ़ाओ. तो शी वॉज इन डीपीएस एंड शी इजली गॉट एडमिशन इन डीपीएस. आई मीन, बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स की जगह मैंने बहुत सारे फॉर्म नहीं भरे थे. मतलब शी वॉज लकी इन दैट वे. और वो मेरे एकदम घर के पास भी था. तो मैंने बोला कि अगर मैं कोई काम करती हूँ ना, तो मुझे पता है कि मैं अच्छा ही काम करूंगी, मैं बुरा काम नहीं करूंगी. मतलब अगर मैंने अपने हाथों से कुछ किया है और अगर मैंने बुरा किया है, तो मैं उसको अच्छा करने की काबिलियत रखती हूँ. सो इफ आई एम टीचिंग somebody else's child, that means I'm teaching the best. If I'm providing a resource to somebody else, that is the best resource that I'm providing to somebody else. And if that best resource I can provide to somebody else, I can provide the same resource to my child, right? So if me and Divya are teaching personally to someone, obviously, I mean, both of us are science graduate. He's from maths and I'm from like bio, and then I later moved into finance. I know that, you know, at least these major subjects we both have covered, for which people hire tutors, right? तो अगर मैं किसी और दूसरे के बच्चे को पढ़ा रही हूँ, तो जब मेरी अपनी बेटी उस सिस्टम में आ जाती है, तो सारे क्वेश्चन के आंसर हो जाते हैं. मतलब जब भी कोई मुझसे पूछता है ना कि अच्छा आप ऐसे कैसे करते हो, तो मैं उसको पहला यही बोलती हूँ कि देखो, मेरी अपनी बेटी जो है ना, वो यहाँ पढ़ती है, ठीक है? जो बच्चे ये खाना खाते हैं, सेम खाना मैं खाती हूँ. ये जहां रहते हैं, मैं भी वहीं रहती हूँ. मुझ में और उनमें कोई अंतर नहीं है, ठीक है? अब फिर हम आगे बात करते हैं. जब आप एक बार लोगों के साथ रहने लग जाते हो और आप उनको ये बताते हो कि व्हाट इज द वर्थ ऑफ देयर वर्थ ऑफ द लाइफ इज मोर देन द मनी, इवन इफ इट इज गिवन टू देम फॉर देयर वर्क, राइट? आई मीन, द वर्क यू डिलीवर, is more than the money that you are getting for the work. And that is the known fact. It's not that it is the unknown fact, right? And that's because the worth is more. That's how organizations are getting the profit. Okay, if I'll get right set of people, whatever they will be delivering, my money cannot buy. Okay, so I always emphasized bringing right set of people. And when I said right set of people, it doesn't mean that I restricted that to the person who is coming for volunteering. Even if somebody is coming here, like one example, people come here for very basic tasks, जैसे कि प्लम्बिंग के लिए कोई आया या कोई दीवार बनाने के लिए आया, क्योंकि हमने जब ये कैंपस बनाया तो यहाँ जो मजदूर थे मैं उनसे कहती थी कि देखो ये ना तुम एक मंदिर बना रहे हो, तुम एक मस्जिद बना रहे हो, तुम एक गुरुद्वारा और चर्च बना रहे हो, तुम ऐसे मत बनाओ इस दीवार को कि तुम एक सिर्फ एक दीवार खड़ी कर रहे हो। तो क्या होता है कि जब आप लोगों से उनको उस चीज का पर्पस देते हैं ना, तो वो उस काम को जितनी अच्छी तरीके से वो किसी और के लिए कर रहा है, वो फिर वो दिल से करने लगता है। और जब भी कोई दिल से कर रहा होता है तो उस चीज में आपका पैसा तो लगता है, नो डाउट आपको पैसा तो देना पड़ेगा, पर आप ये सोचो कि आपके पास दो एम्प्लॉयज हैं, एक है जिसको आपको हमेशा मतलब बोलना पड़ता है कर ले काम कर ले, और एक है जो मोटिवेटेड सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड होके कर रहा है। तो मेरी स्ट्रेटेजी हमेशा से यही रही है कि मैं जिसके साथ भी काम करती हूँ, या तो मैं करती हूँ या तो फिर बिल्कुल मैं करती नहीं हूँ। मतलब ऐसा मैं बीच वाला हिसाब नहीं रखती। मुझे लगता है कि यार करना है ना अच्छी तरीके से करो, नहीं करना यू बेटर फाइंड आउट द पर्पस इन योर लाइफ। सो फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, इफ देर इज अ किड हु इज नॉट स्टडिंग, I always ask, what do you want to do? उसके अलावा तुम क्या करना चाहते हो? The same thing goes for the donation. That if people are coming here and they want to donate something, uh, so there are many calls. I mean, initially I used to get, still I used to get, where people say that I want to donate money, and my first answer is like my first word is please. I'm sharing the address. Please come here and visit the campus. So when I was in Sector 45, I was in Gurgaon. I was asking them to come and let's have a meeting. Let's meet the children. Let's see what exactly I'm doing. How can you donate? And then somebody asked me that, somebody told me that you are a very egoistic person. I'm giving the money and you are asking me to come over there. I said, it's not about you are giving me the money, okay? Because this, even if this is a big amount, this will not solve any purpose, because money will finish one day, right? The purpose won't be solved. It's not a like time bound ऑपरेशन दैट आई एम डूइंग कि ये 1-2 साल 5 साल में समस्या खत्म हो जाने वाली है। ओके, तो सरकारें नहीं कर पाई समस्या को खत्म, तो फिर मैं तो मतलब अभी कोशिश ही कर रही हूँ।
यहाँ एक कहावत है, तन मन और धन से सहायता करना। यहाँ तन और मन धन से पहले आता है। तो इसलिए यदि आप किसी की सहायता कर रहे हैं तो आप एक समाज का निर्माण कर रहे हैं। पर एक अच्छे समाज का निर्माण तभी हो सकता है जबकि आप अपने समय का भी उसमें योगदान दें, अपनी थोड़ी सी मेहनत उस काम में लगाएं। जैसा कि मैं और मेरे साथी करते हैं, हम बच्चों से जुड़े हुए हैं और उन्हें पढ़ाते हैं, पर हम सिर्फ उन्हें पढ़ाते नहीं हैं, एक कदम आगे जा करके हम उन बच्चों की जिंदगी से जुड़ते हैं और हमें ये पता होता है कि कब उन्हें दवाई की और कब उन्हें पढ़ाई की जरूरत है।
तो एक जो चीज है वो ये कि मुझे लगता है कि लोगों को बहुत इल्यूजन है पैसे को लेकर के कि पैसा इज द मोस्ट पावरफुल थिंग एंड द पैसा इज सॉल्विंग, लाइक मनी इज सॉल्विंग ऑल द प्रॉब्लम्स, व्हिच वी कैन सी लाइक हाउ मनी इज डिस्ट्रॉइंग एंड making a problem more complex, which is happening in this entire world, be it Syria or Afghanistan or many other places where I mean, ऐसा नहीं है कि पैसे का मतलब सिर्फ पैसा होता है, पैसे का मतलब रिसोर्सेज भी होता है, राइट? तो जब भी आप इस मोड में आ जाते हो ना कि मेरे को ये चीज एक्वायर करनी है, लाइक मुझे रिसोर्सेज एक्वायर करने, मुझे पैसा एक्वायर करना है, सारी प्रॉब्लम वहां से स्टार्ट हो जाती है। तो मैंने हमेशा लोगों के साथ और लोगों को अपने कॉज में कैसे वो आ सकते हैं उसके ऊपर ज्यादा काम किया है, बजाय इसके कि डोनेशन इकट्ठा करने के। बट आई मीन ऑन द प्रैक्टिकल टर्म्स, बिकॉज I was already in the job, so I was having a salary which I invested. So my personal money was greatly invested in this work. And volunteers, those who joined us, till date, we have a group of close to 1,000 volunteers. So whatever we need, if I mean, we posted that, I mean, that particular requirement in the group. Many times, I mean, I would say 15 to 20 minutes, our demand gets, fulfilled by the volunteers. So we don't ask like many big things. We have a demand of whatever. Yeah.
गवर्नमेंट से फंडिंग नहीं होती आपकी? कोई भी गवर्नमेंट फंडिंग आती है कोई?
Okay, so government funding is not there, and I deliberately not work with government. Reason being that when you work with government, there are so many rules and regulations, and it's very difficult to work with auditors because there is a certain way government works. So till date, there were offerings many times. I was being called by government officials. They asked me to pick up big projects. Those are very lucrative projects. I was asked to become a consultant, but I refused all because, see, my nature is not like that. I mean, I want to remain vigilant and flexible. So let's say if you have decided to work on a project and there is some deviation which is required because of the demand of the work, when you work with some government agency, then it's like लकीर के फकीर. आपने ये प्रोजेक्ट सबमिट कर दिया, उससे राइट एंड लेफ्ट में आप बिल्कुल नहीं जा सकते, चाहे भले ही प्रोजेक्ट पूरा डिरेल हो जाए. तो ये एक बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. एंड द सेम थिंग इज विथ मेनी बिग कॉर्पोरेट्स कि आपने एक प्रोजेक्ट सबमिट किया तो वो डिविएशन की जो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है वो आपको नहीं होती. एंड आई थिंक दिस इज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट रीजन इवन बिग कॉर्पोरेट्स फेल इन देयर प्रोजेक्ट्स, क्योंकि आपको बहुत सारे लोगों को आंसर करना होता है, और जब आपको बहुत सारे लोगों को आंसर करना होता है तो एंड ऑफ द डे आप वो चूज करते हो कि जिसमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग खुश हैं, बजाय इसके कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को बेनिफिट मिल रहा है.
ब्यूरोक्रेसी और रेड टेप में फंस जाते हैं. बिल्कुल.
Right. I mean, it's not only with the government, but in big companies also. This is pretty much a problem. Yeah.
CSR जो लोग करते हैं वो लोग बड़े, आपने जो कहा लकीर के फकीर, आई मीन आई हैव सीन मेनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हु हैव CSR इनिशिएटिव्स, बट वो बड़े बॉक्स के अंदर में रहते हैं, उसके बाहर सोचते नहीं है, क्योंकि उनको डायरेक्टिव रहता है कि आप इन बाउंड्री कंडीशंस के अंदर में ही आप CSR कर सकते हो, उसके बाहर आप नहीं सोचते हो. तो मुझे पता है बिकॉज माई डैड यूज्ड टू बी ह्यूमन रिसोर्स CSR मैनेजर फॉर अ लार्ज पब्लिक सेक्टर. आई न्यू द चैलेंजेस दे हैव. अगर वो चाहे भी तो कहीं जाके आपके जैसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए कुछ करने के लिए वो ऑडिट्स और ये और वो इतने सारे चीजों में फंस जाते हैं, तो वो इंसान मतलब ये परेशान हो जाता है. आपने बहुत अच्छी एक बात कही मीनाक्षी, जो which is very important, and I think our viewers should take note of that सिर्फ throwing money at a faraway cause doesn't solve the problem. Because आपने जब पहले आपने अपने वीडियो में मेरे ख्याल मैंने देखा था कि इतने ज्यादा फंड्स जो अफ्रीका में फॉर एग्जांपल फ्लो इन होते हैं, बट प्रॉब्लम तो सॉल्व नहीं हो रहा है. मतलब वहां पे करप्शन बढ़ रही है, पैसे कहीं इधर उधर जा रहे हैं और काम तो नहीं हो रहा है जहां जिस काम के लिए वो पैसे आ रहे हैं. सो सिर्फ पैसा फेंकने से प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं होता है. एंड विच यू सेड वेरी वेल सेड दैट ह्यूमन रिसोर्स इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इन व्हेन यू आर डूइंग एनी कॉज इन स्पेशली इन फिलैंथ्रोपी. सो इट्स वेरी इंप्रेसिव. सो आपने कहा, आपने बीच में 2-3 जनों का नाम लिया, जैसे आपने कहा एक SP थी जिन्होंने आके आपको नू के लिए पहले बार आपको बोला. फिर मैंने आपके वेबसाइट में भी देखा कि आई थिंक इनकम टैक्स कमिश्नर थे जो आए हुए थे आपके वहां पे, और कई ऑफिशियल्स. तो आई एम श्योर कि ऐसी जर्नी जो रही है आपकी अभी तक की, it has been a very challenging journey, I'm sure, and a very rewarding one भी, जिस आपके जैसे किसी इंसान के लिए बहुत रिवॉर्डिंग भी होगा जिसके लाइफ की कॉलिंग है ये. सो आई एम श्योर आपको कई लोगों से सपोर्ट मिला होगा अलग अलग जगह पे, वो चाहे गवर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल्स हो या फिर प्राइवेट इंडिविजुअल्स हो वगैरह. कुछ लोगों का नाम लेना चाहेंगे आप जिन्होंने आपको हेल्प किया? मैं इसलिए नाम लेने के लिए बोल रहा हूँ, या फिर इवन यू कैन टेल मी, आई मीन लाइक डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर और व्हाटएवर, बिकॉज अगर आप ना बोलेंगे तो दूसरे लोग भी उसमें मोटिवेटेड होंगे to come forward and help causes like this, because these causes are not very advertised in the glossy way जो कि कई सारे social workers करते हैं जिस तरह से आज के social media के जमाने में. So किसी का नाम लेना चाहेंगे आप? And then I will ask you a technical question.
Okay. So there are many volunteers, those who helped me, and now they are on a big position in many multinational companies. I think one of them is Anjali Grover. She is with Gartner. She helped us a lot because she joined as a volunteer in U Block in Cyber City. Then Rakshit Mehta, he is in Kolkata nowadays. Again, there are many such volunteers. Vartin Jain, he's a CA. Then Ankit Chhajar, all these are holding a big position in their company. So they all helped us. But apart from this, there are many individuals from the government organization, those who were retired. So, for an example, Mr. Yogesh Dabra, he was the protocol manager of broadcasting minister. That time he joined us. Right now he's teaching history to our students. So yeah, such type of many people are there. I mean, they are still there. A few of them asked me not to name them, not on public platform. So I'm not referring their name. One of them is the co-founder of one of the media house. Though we never captured by his own publication. But yeah, I mean, because see when people are personally involved, for me that is much more rewarding than
Yeah.
I'm captured by a newspaper or maybe a channel. Okay, and I'm very clear about that. So let's say if you are telling me that, say, a particular organization would like to cover you versus CEO or CFO would like to come, I would choose the second option rather the first one. Okay, I would rather choose people are coming personally than CSR coming to me. Last to last year, last year there was one SP who is again promoted, and right now not in NU, but when he was in NU, Mr. Narendra Bijrania, he's IPS. Then Nazneen Bhasin ma'am, she is the Joint Commissioner of Gurgaon. She is the SP who called me to work in Mewat. Yeah, she helped me. When I started working in NU. Then all the DCs, all the deputy commissioners since then till date. So right now, Mr. Meena, he is there. So he called me a few days back, and I have posted few pictures where he spent 1.5 hours, like 1.5 hours, listening all about the work which we are doing in Mewat and in other areas, because we are doing, like, we established smart classes in MP as well. So he was quite impressed because, as per my information, there is no such organization which is doing this.
Correct.
So he wanted this model to be replicated at some other places, and I told him that, see, all such type of institutions cannot be replicated, cannot be scaled up, because this is like my personal investment. So another Meenakshi can do it, but one Meenakshi can't, scale it up.
कितने सारे मीनाक्षी आएंगे अब? आप एक मीनाक्षी एक ही जगह हो सकती है.
हाँ, एक मीनाक्षी एक ही जगह हो सकती है. So I think, yeah, I mean, all those people, so all the DCs, be it Mr. Ashok Kumar or Mr. Dhirendra Khargada, Mr. Ajay Kumar, who is now DC of Gurgaon. So सारे लोगों ने मदद करी है. मतलब मैं अगर मैं एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में बोलूँ तो luckily I got support from many big people, directly, indirectly, in terms of praising my work and not erasing all the difficulties, but when you work at this scale, whatever scale I have, you need that level of support, the mentoring, that security is required. So if I'm sitting here, everybody knows that Donate an R is here, and we get the local support of people. I mean, and that is not possible if police and administration is not supporting us. So I'm quite grateful. And nowadays it looks very easy for people, but I have seen even those days which I was mentioning, that I was like sitting and waiting for 2 months to get the appointment of DU. So obviously, I mean, so what I really want to say that you will get many good people in your journey, maybe initially they are testing your patience. Like how much
आपको
patience
अपनी
you have.
आपको अपनी क्रेडिबिलिटी भी बिल्ड करनी
हाँ.
पड़ती है। मतलब ऐसे नहीं कि कोई भी जाके खड़ा हो जाए कहेगा मैं सोशल वर्क करना चाहता हूँ या चाहती हूँ और लोग उसको सीरियसली लेंगे। मतलब लोगों ने जब देखा आपका कमिटमेंट तो लोग सामने आते हैं। और जो चीज आपके आंसर से मुझे बहुत एनकरेजिंग लगा मीनाक्षी, इज दैट आपने कितने लोगों का नाम लिया। दे आर ऑल गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट्स, दे आर ब्यूरोक्रेट्स। एंड जो छवि थी ब्यूरोक्रेट्स के बारे में और गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट्स के बारे में आज से 20 साल पहले भी, सो ये
Right.
जनरेशन बदल रहा है। ये
बिल्कुल.
जनरेशन आज के सरकारी लोग सामने आके दे आर गोइंग बियॉन्ड द कॉल ऑफ ड्यूटी टू हेल्प पीपल लाइक दिस। वो जितना भी कर सकते हैं उनके उनके हिसाब
हाँ.
से, वो जितना कर सकते हैं वो कर रहे हैं। और एक बहुत बड़ी बात जो है, जो मैंने शुरू में कहा था कि हमको पता नहीं लगता है किसके किस चीज से कहाँ एक लॉन्ग टर्म इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है। आपने कहा कि एंटायर ये डोनेट एन आवर का कॉन्सेप्ट जो आया, दिस केम फ्रॉम अ स्पीच ऑफ मोदी जी, राइट? सो आई एम श्योर कि किसी दिन, एंड नोइंग हिम एंड नोइंग आवर ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर एंड हिज टीम एंड द करंट गवर्नमेंट इन इंडिया, हु आर रियली unlike previous regimes, and these people, this team is really recognizing people like you for their efforts. And मेरी ये प्रार्थना रहेगी कि कभी उनकी भी नजर आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और आपके इतने अच्छे काम आप कर रहे हैं इस पे पड़े, और पढ़नी चाहिए। And all my good wishes with you. Before I go to the last technical question, quickly in 2 minutes maybe, can you tell me a typical day at your organization? आपके वहां पे जहां पे आप हो अभी, सुबह से लेके शाम तक क्या क्या होता है? 2 मिनट के अंदर बताओ, फिर मैं आपको लास्ट क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा।
तो सुबह से लेके शाम तक, लाइक एवरीबody इज हैविंग देयर ओन डे, लाइक आई मीन सेट ऑफ द एक्टिविटीज. So for an example, my day starts with meditation, and then I spend a lot of time outdoors. That means I go and visit NGOs and I'm meeting people. Then I mean today, after this call, I'm going to visit two of the NGOs from where we are selecting the students. So I'm going for the parent teacher meetings. So that kind of I mean it all depends. So I have different set of duties that I do. I'm mostly like out of the campus. Divya is there in the campus most of the time because duties are assigned in this way that Divya is taking care of the operational part. He's like he starts his day by taking one of the session with the students. I mean, and these are not related to the study. So we have a ritual of reading one book in a month. So few of the students like so they talk about that particular book, or they read. So few of the students they start their day at 5 o'clock. Then they do their duties, and then this session happens. Say for half an hour, maybe for 15 minutes with Divya. Sometimes it's only meditation and yoga. It all depends, how is it designed by Divya. Then duties are finished and their schools start. Then school is finishing by say 2 to 2:30. Then they have their evening duties that they do, and in between there are multiple classes happening as per the need of the child and as per the need of their in a standard wherever they are. So for an example, for class 8th there will be different types of classes versus class 5th. So our English teacher is a British lady. So we have talked a lot about bad things about Britishers, but one of the teacher is a British lady. She doesn't know Hindi, so she is teaching our student 4 hours every day from 8 o'clock. Sorry, from 3 or 4 o'clock. Till I mean just before the dinner, and she's very particular about things. And I am her escalation point, which I generally avoid. So yeah, I mean that's how pretty much the day look like. Yeah.
सेल्फ सस्टेन्ड है सभी लोग, वो लोग खुद का काम खुद करते हैं, वहां पे
हाँ,
खाना भी
हाँ.
वही लोग बोले। वेरी नाइस,
Right. So
वेरी
I
वेरी
have, yeah, I have told
वेरी।
told the student, see, एक आदमी केवल 2 बच्चों को पाल सकता है, 4-5 बच्चों को मुश्किल से पालता है, and you are 60. So let's make it other way. Okay. अगर अगर तुम लोग इस जगह के ओनर हो और मैं टेनेंट हूं, तभी ये प्रोपोजिशन वर्क कर सकता है. इट शुडंट बी अदर वे राउंड. सो दे आर द ओनर्स of this place, and me and Divya are the tenant. I told them one thing. I don't know whether you remember or not. One day I wanted to go somewhere, and you told me कि तुम ना ऐसे बोल देना, तुम पूछना नहीं, तुम ये बता देना. ये बड़ा अंतर होता है पूछने और बताने में.
कब
So
ये जब जॉब करती है
हाँ, जब
पुणे
जॉब
में?
करते थे कि तुम ये पूछना नहीं, तुम ये बता देना. तो आई डोंट रिमेम्बर द कॉन्टेक्स्ट. एंड देन अनदर मैनेजर व्हेन आई वाज इन यूके, ही आल्सो टोल्ड मी आई वांटेड टू कैच द फ्लाइट, एंड I said how will I leave the meeting. He said तुम्हें पूछना नहीं है, तुम्हें बताना है. You have to tell them that I'm leaving. Because there was a workshop and I was leading that workshop. तो ये कुछ मतलब बहुत छोटी छोटी सी चीजें होती हैं जो मुझे लोगों ने सिखाई हैं और मैंने बच्चों को सिखाई हैं कि तुम ना मेरे से पूछने मत आया करो, तुम मुझे ना बताया करो. बिकॉज आई एम नॉट द ओनर, एंड वॉट एवर विल बी द रिपरकशन, यू विल बी द रिसीवर ऑफ दैट. ओके, सो मेक श्योर दैट वॉट एवर डिसीजन यू आर टेकिंग, यू डिसाइड केयरफुली. या
बहुत बहुत अच्छे, very impressive, Meenakshi. Now I have a few audience comments and questions coming on, but before that, I wanted to ask you, and ये मैं educator नहीं हूँ, so you remember Arunima, my wife, right? So she is a principal in an international school. So I wanted her to come on this as a guest and ask you a few questions. But आपको पता है एजुकेटर का क्या उसकी जिंदगी कैसी है, मतलब उसका तो टाइम ही नहीं है, पूरा दिन लगी है बेचारी वो काम में. तो she just texted me a question to ask you. So I'll just ask you that question, then we'll go to the guests section. We are almost up on time. So what she has told you is that, Meenakshi, I greatly admire the work Donate an Hour is doing in expanding access to education, breaking economic boundaries, economic barriers, and promoting sustainability through a vocational approach. As the principal of an international school committed to academic excellence and holistic student development, I have witnessed the impact of a structured educational setup, one that emphasizes curricular assessments and long-term student growth within a defined system. Now, given your unique approach, I would love to hear your perspective on the role of a structured education versus flexible learning in shaping a child's overall development and preparedness for future challenges. So, आपका जो model है उससे advantages क्या है over conventional education?
So first of all, I mean, because I'm not one of those people who are very much inclined towards like this way or that way. As I said, that I always believe that I always pick up the good part of the conventional method and the whatever we are doing. I mean, very unstructured, which you are saying, but actually it's a combination of both. So we have taken the curriculum which is defined by the structured system, which is CBSE books. Okay, so CBSE. So we are using NCERT books. And for reference, we are using, all the like ICSE or, other boards. So it's not that we are completely unstructured or we are completely experiential. What are we trying to achieve? That we are trying to build a system where people are feeling comfortable, where people are enjoying whatever they are doing. So if education is making you bore and making you like dull, then whatever you are studying will not be coming into your system and will not reflect into your behavior. Okay, so let's say if I study science is all about, it starts from the observation, very minute observation, and then whatever you are writing, that should be reflecting because something that you have observed and now you are studying about those things. So this is my belief, and the model that we have is based on this concept that, okay, this is your curriculum that you need to finish, but to finish this curriculum, entire year is more than enough. Okay, so that you can finish, let's say, in 4 to 5 months. But apart from that, how will you implement this knowledge into your behavior? For that, some practical activities are required. And there will be many more activities. Those are not the part of the curriculum because curriculum makers are not God, right? They have decided something from their own wisdom and from own research. Also, they have to make sure कि वो एक generalized curriculum है. मतलब पर्सन स्पेसिफिक नहीं है। हो सकता है आप एक किताब को 2 घंटे में कर लो, दूसरा बच्चा पता चले 2 साल में भी नहीं कर पा रहा, जिसको कि हम बोलते हैं अरे
हम्म,
मैथ्स पढ़ने में मेरा इंटरेस्ट नहीं है। क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि एक किताब है जो कि बहुत जनरलाइज लिखी गई है, उस बच्चे के लिए नहीं लिखी गई है जिसको कि मैथ्स बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है। So first of all, we need to have this understanding. This curriculum is very generalized. This is not person specific. Okay. So once we get that clarity, then we start thinking about how can we make this generalized curriculum more interesting for everyone, and let other kid, those who want to do excel in studies, getting other books and other material to study more. So this is something which we have incorporated. So those students, those who are interested in science, like I take their science classes. So I teach up to say graduation. I mean, so let's say if I start, talking about a particular topic, then I just don't stop because book is not talking about that topic anymore. Okay, I go until the point people, I mean, kids. If kids are asking the question, I just keep on going and going and going. So it's like this. So this is a kind of liberty we have taken. Also, when you talk about say like we have implemented this concept in building home. So all the concept of geometry, science, these are already there. क्योंकि हमको ऐसा लगता है कि घर बनाने में इनका इस्तेमाल हमने नहीं किया, बिकॉज वी वर नॉट द आर्किटेक्ट, तो कोई करता नहीं है। एक्चुअली आर्किटेक्ट तो करता है। एक एक
हम्म,
जो जो मिस्त्री है, एक गुनिया नाम की एक चीज होती है, उससे वो लेवल मेजर करता है। अब ये जो गुनिया है ना, ये बहुत लोगों को पकड़ना नहीं आता। हमारे यहाँ हर बच्चे को गुनिया पकड़ना आता है। तो
वाह,
तो ये जो अब सॉइल से, जैसे हम लोग मिट्टी के कॉब होम्स बना रहे हैं, अब मिट्टी के कई लेयर होते हैं। जब आप गड्ढा खोदेंगे आफ्टर से 6 फीट, मिट्टी का कलर चेंज हो जाएगा। आफ्टर 4 फीट मिट्टी का कलर चेंज हो जाएगा। नाउ दिस कॉन्सेप्ट इज देयर इन क्लास 8, लेयर्स ऑफ सॉइल। अब आप वो लेयर्स ऑफ सॉइल कैसे दिखाओगे? आप बताओ कौन सा ऐसा स्कूल है जो कि 4 फीट का गड्ढा खोद के दिखाता है कि लेयर्स ऑफ सॉइल ये है? तो
आप
ये
करवाते हो
जो
उसका।
चीज है, ये जो चीज है, जब जब आप बच्चे के साथ करते हो ना, मतलब वो आप घर बना रहे हो भले ही, पर बच्चे को तो विजिबली दिखाई दे रहा है कि दीज आर द लेयर्स ऑफ सॉइल, राइट? वेदर यू आर टेलिंग दिस और नॉट, दैट्स अनदर लाइक डिबेट, की मतलब आप ये करते हो तो आप नहीं बताते। बट देन यू हैव टू डिसाइड दैट अप टू व्हाट एक्सटेंट यू वांट टू इलेबोरेट दिस। कि मतलब आप जब बना, ऐसा नहीं है कि उसमें मजदूर लगे नहीं है, मजदूर लगे हुए हैं। लेकिन अगर आप बच्चे से 2 घंटा ये काम करा रहे हो, 3 घंटे करा रहे हो, वीकेंड्स पे करा रहे हो, आप सोचो कितना फन है उसमें। मतलब दे आर जस्ट डूइंग द मडी पडल एंड बिल्डिंग समथिंग, दे आर गेटिंग द कॉन्फिडेंस ऑल्सो कि उन्होंने किया। और इस कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ जब बच्चा पढ़ाई करता है, तो उसको ये लगता है कि यार उसने वो अचीव करा है जो कि बहुत बड़े बड़े लोग, मतलब एटलीस्ट मैं बता सकती हूँ कि मैंने तो नहीं अचीव किया था जब मैं
बिल्कुल।
उनके बराबर की थी।
नहीं,
सो
हैंड्स
आप,
ऑन, ये जो आपने कहा बिल्कुल बिल्कुल ठीक बात है। जो हम लोग इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ते थे ना, हमारी सबसे बड़ी शिकायत ये थी, मेरी तो है अभी तक, कि मैंने 4 साल में इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ी, बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट भी किया, बहुत अच्छे नंबर लाए, लेकिन उस इंजीनियरिंग को कभी अप्लाई नहीं किया।
अप्लाई नहीं किया।
अप्लाई नहीं किया। हम पढ़ते भले भले ही थे ना, ये नेटवर्क थ्योरी है, ये इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक डिवाइसेस है, सर्किट्स है, मोटर्स है, बट हाथों से कभी मोटर बनाया नहीं, मतलब
बनाया
असेंबल
नहीं।
नहीं किया कभी नहीं। तो वो जो एप्लीकेबिलिटी है, उससे इंसान का कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ता है, ये हैंड्स ऑन
राइट।
लर्निंग। आई थिंक दैट्स द बिग। एंड सेकंड चीज मुझे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगी आपके रिप्लाई में, कि यू डोंट स्टॉप एट द बाउंड्री लाइन ऑफ द सिलेबस ऑफ दैट स्टैंडर्ड। सो 7वीं कक्षा का बच्चा अगर आपसे क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहा है जो 7वीं कक्षा से बाहर का है, आप तब भी वहां तक भी जाते हो उनको लेके,
हाँ,
जो कि नॉर्मल कन्वेंशनल एजुकेशन में नहीं होता है।
नहीं होता है।
फैंटास्टिक,
क्योंकि उनके ऊपर ये प्रेशर होता है ना, ये प्रेशर है कि उनको सिलेबस पूरा कराना है। हमारा ये होता है कि हमें सिलेबस पूरा कराना ही नहीं है, क्योंकि सिलेबस तो एनीवे पूरा हो जाएगा। तब एक जो हमारे अंदर, मुझे लगता है कि वी ऑल आर ड्रिवन बाय आवर फियर्स, विच इज अ रॉन्ग, वेरी रॉन्ग थिंग। वी शुड बी ड्रिवन बाय द पर्पस रादर फियर, कि
पर्पस।
सिलेबस खत्म होना चाहिए इसलिए हम पढ़ाई कर, मतलब हम पढ़ाई करें क्योंकि सिलेबस खत्म करना है। अरे हमें पढ़ाई करनी है क्योंकि मेरी लाइफ में ये पर्पस है कि मेरे को ये अच्छा लग रहा है। मैं तो अपने, अभी कल मेरा कन्वर्सेशन हो रहा था, जो हमारे जेई के बच्चे हैं, तो उनके कुछ 2-3 चैप्टर का बैकलॉग चला। मैंने बोला फॉरगेट अबाउट द बैकलॉग, आर यू एंजॉइंग फिजिक्स, आर यू एंजॉइंग केमिस्ट्री? If that enjoyment is not there, then even if you will become engineer, you'll not be the best engineer in your life. So I think this is the motive which should be very clear to everyone. I mean, as a parent, कि हमें अपने बच्चे की लाइफ में ना वो पर्पस लेकर के आना है, बाकी सब आ जाएगा, बाकी पैसा, जॉब, सिलेबस,
सब
एजुकेशन
the
सब आ
why,
जाएगा.
the why of life is very important.
Yeah.
Very well said, Meenakshi. Or I think we've have some comments and questions already. So just for the sake of my viewers, Meenakshi has been downplaying the work, that the recognitions that these people they have got, their organization, they have been, although she is so media reclusive as she was saying, but they have been covered extensively in a lot of media outlets. And like she said, MP mein and Haryana mein to kar hi rahe wo log, and they have been recognized in a lot of places. And to my viewers, my request would be, please support the organization, go to their website, and when we put out the YouTube video, I'll try to insert some links where you can go in there and support, get people to volunteer. Like Meenakshi said, sirf don't throw money at the problem, try to help in a volunteering way. So Meenakshi, there are many questions and comments. I will read out the comments, and we probably won't be able to answer all of them, but I'll try to kind of make a capsule of the questions. आप एक final answer दे देना उससे, क्योंकि more of the questions are more or less similar. So Mayuri आपसे कह रही है, very inspiring. She's asking you, what keeps you motivated to continue your work every day? And then similar question, the other part of the question is, Nisha is asking you, did you ever feel like giving up? Did you ever doubt yourself in this journey? And then Samir is asking you, how do you handle the emotional toll of working with underprivileged communities? So all three questions are more or less similar theme. And then Zishan ने आपसे पूछा है कि if you could change one thing about how social impact work is to be approached in India, what would it be? I think Zishan, Meenakshi answered this, that सिर्फ पैसे देने से नहीं होगा, people have to get involved in that. So I think Meenakshi, on the emotional turmoil, toll and giving up part of it, आप वो reply आप कर सकते हो शायद. And
yeah, I think एक बात मैं कहना चाहूंगी, मुझे लगता है कि हम सबको पता है कि एक दिन हम सभी को मरना है. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि हम में से कोई बहुत ज्यादा दिन जिंदा रह लेगा. मतलब एक आफ्टर सर्टेन लिमिट में भी कोई शायद 120 साल 40 साल भी मैंने सुना कोई बाबा जी थे जो जिंदा थे. तो मुझे लगता है कि अगर मरना ही है, मतलब अंत में तो सबको मरना ही है, तो अगर हम लेट से फेल भी हो जाते हैं, मतलब एकदम कंप्लीटली फेल हो जाते हैं, राइट, तो इसमें ऐसा हमने लूज क्या कर दिया? और अगर हम सब कुछ पा भी लेते हैं तो हमने ऐसा क्या पा लिया? मतलब अंत में तो सबको ही जाना है ना, मतलब कोई यहाँ पर रहने वाला तो नहीं है, राइट. तो एक बार अगर आपको इस चीज का सेंस हो जाए तो आपके लिए काम करना बहुत आसान हो जाता है. और बहुत सारे ऐसे मोमेंट आए हैं, ऐसा नहीं है, मतलब मैं बहुत परेशान हुई हूँ, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि ये रियलाइजेशन कहीं ना कहीं आपके दिमाग में, हर किसी के दिमाग में ये होना चाहिए कि वो कितना भी बड़ा क्यों नहीं बना रहा है, वो यहीं रह जाना है, और सारे फेलियर और सारे सक्सेस यहीं रह जाने हैं. तो लाइफ में जो आप करना चाहते हो ना, और जो सही है, मतलब करना, तो ऐसे कोई बोले चोरी कर रहा है तो मैं चोरी करना चाहता हूँ, तो बात वो नहीं है. मेरा कहने का मतलब है, इसलिए आप लाइफ में वो करो जिससे कि आपको ये लगे कि हाँ, मैं जब तक जिंदा हूं तब तक मैं कुछ काम कर रहा हूँ. और बहुत सारे लोगों के लिए शायद ये सोचेंगे कि यार एक मतलब एक रिस्क फ्री लाइफ होती है. मतलब रिस्क फ्री लाइफ कुछ ऐसा है, मैं मतलब शायद कुछ लोगों को बुरा लग जाएगा, मैं मरे हुए लोगों की जिंदगी नहीं जीना चाहती. तो मरे हुए लोगों की जिंदगी क्या होती है? बहुत ही आराम से, मतलब जो जैसा चल रहा है चलने दो, अपना देखो. मुझे लगता है कि अगर तुमने लाइफ में कुछ भी नहीं करा है ना, तो तुम में और मरे हुए इंसान में कोई अंतर नहीं है. क्योंकि जब आदमी मर जाता है तो उसके साथ अब कुछ नहीं होता, मतलब बिल्कुल कुछ हिलता नहीं है. एवरीथिंग इज एट कंफर्ट एंड ईज. तो अगर आप जिंदा हो तो परेशानियां तो होंगी, मतलब वो तो आप अवॉइड नहीं कर सकते ना. अगर आप बच्चे हो तो बूढ़े हो गए तो मरोगे भी. तो ये रियलाइजेशन, ये सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन, मुझे लगता है कि मे बी मेरी अपनी एक मेरे दादा दादी के साथ मैं पली बड़ी हूँ. तो वो मुझे सत्संग में लेके जाते थे. मतलब सत्संग का मतलब ये होता है अच्छे लोगों का संग, लेकिन वो थोड़े से वैसा स्पिरिचुअल वाला सत्संग होता था. तो मुझे ये बात तभी समझ में आ गई थी कुछ हद तक. लेकिन फिर क्या होता है कि फिर जब आप स्कूल एजुकेशन में जाते हो ना, तो वो आपको आपके ये दिमाग को ना ऐसा कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं कि ये करो वो करो वो करो. और फिर लेकिन क्या होता है कि एक आपकी फाउंडेशन पड़ गई होती है कहीं से. और मुझे लगता है कि ये एक चीज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है जो हमें हर किसी को बतानी होती है। मैं अपने बच्चों को भी यही बताती हूँ कि देखो, लाइफ में ना अगर पर्पस लॉस्ट हो गया ना, तो तुम लाइफ में सब कुछ अचीव कर लोगे, फिर तुम फिर वहीं घूम के आ जाओगे, क्योंकि ये तो कभी खत्म नहीं होने वाला। मतलब आज ये मिला है तो फिर कल मुझे कुछ और चाहिए। और एक एक और भी चीज है कि मेरे ऑफिस में जैसे मतलब काफी साल ऐसे रहे हैं, करीब 3-4 साल, जबकि मेरी सैलरी नहीं बढ़ी। एंड ऑल बिकॉज जो भी है ऑफिस पॉलिटिक्स या जो भी बोल लें। और मैंने कभी जाके मेरे मैनेजर को क्रिब नहीं किया। उसके पीछे रीजन ये था कि आई वॉज गेटिंग सो मच ऑफ एप्रिसिएशन एंड लव फ्रॉम दीज चिल्ड्रन in terms of their performance. I mean, if you meet these children, you will feel like there is a life, right? You will feel that positive environment and energy. तो अब ये आपके देखने का तरीका है कि आप ना क्या चीजें जो आपको मिल रही हैं वो आप लेना चाहते हो या उसे छोड़ना चाहते हो। मतलब आपको मिल दोनों रहा है, आपको डिसअपॉइंटमेंट भी मिल रहा है, फ्रस्ट्रेशन भी मिल रहा है। अब आप उसे पकड़ के बैठे हो कि यार मेरी तो कैरियर में ग्रोथ नहीं हो रही, मेरी तो सैलरी नहीं बढ़ रही है, अप्रिसिएशन नहीं हो रहा। या फिर आप ये देखो कि लाइफ में आपने आपका जो पर्पस है उसमें आप कैसे आगे बढ़ रहे हो। मतलब मैं ये कहती हूँ कि अगर मैंने ये पर्पस ना चूज किया होता तो मैं क्या कर रही होती, मैं आज वही कर रही होती जो बाकी सब लोग कर रहे हैं। मैं ये नहीं कह रही कि बाकी जो लोग कर रहे हैं वो गलत कर रहे हैं, पर मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि अगर उनकी लाइफ में कोई एक ऐसा पर्पस है जिसको वो अचीव कर रहे हैं, तो एंड ऑफ द डे जब वो उनकी 60 साल उनके बीत जाएंगे या 70 साल, जब भी वो अपना कैरियर छोड़ेंगे, तब भी वो पर्पस होगा उनकी लाइफ में। वो एक पर्पस ऐसा होना चाहिए जो आपके मरते समय तक आपको, जब आप मरो तो आपको ये लगे कि हाँ चलो मैंने एक मीनिंगफुल जिंदगी जी है। एक ऐसी जिंदगी और अगर आप मीनिंगफुल जिंदगी जीना चाहते हो तो फ्रस्ट्रेशंस और ये सब मतलब परेशानियां आएंगी, वो कोई उसको तो देखो, जो भगवान राम थे वो सारा जीवन या तो वनवास में रहे या उन्होंने लड़ाइयां करी, बाद में जब वो लौट करके आए तो अपनी पत्नी के साथ नहीं रहे। ओके, तो भगवान राम और सीता अगर इतने बड़े बड़े भगवान होकर के उनको सुख नहीं मिला, उनकी लाइफ में फ्रस्ट्रेशन इतना था, तो हम तो वो है नहीं ना। तो फॉरगेट अबाउट ये सब फ्रस्ट्रेशन वाली जो चीजें होती हैं। दीज आर लाइक योर वे ऑफ व्यूइंग योर लाइफ। And if your way of looking life is like this, then I think that day will never come where you will feel like हाँ अब सब कुछ ठीक है।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, कुडोस टू यू। एंड आई थिंक मीनाक्षी, बहुत सारी टेकअवेज है आपकी जर्नी से। और सबसे पहले तो आई वुड लाइक टू गिव माय रिगार्ड्स टू पीपल हु ब्रॉट यू। आपने अपने ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स के बारे में कहा, आपके पेरेंट्स, ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स जिन्होंने आपको बड़ा किया, अच्छे संस्कार दिए। और आप और भी फॉर्चुनेट हैं कि यू गॉट अ लाइफ पार्टनर हु वाज आल्सो बॉट इनटू द सेम ड्रीम एंड vision that you had, which not everybody can get in this life. So I think things fell into place because of that, and full marks to your bravery and ये जो सेंस ऑफ पर्पस आपने जो कहा, एंड ये सारी क्वेश्चंस जो आ रही है सबके आंसर्स वही है। क्योंकि आज मैंने जो शुरू में कहा था कि आपको पता नहीं चलता है कि आपका एक छोटा सा रैंडम एक्शन कब जाके कहीं ज्वाइन करेगा एक डॉट। तो आज मुझे इतना प्राउड फील हो रहा है कि 20 साल बाद मुझे लगता है कि वो जो लड़की मोटरसाइकिल पे आई थी इंटरव्यू देने के लिए, उसे सिलेक्ट करके मैंने कोई गलत काम नहीं किया था। क्योंकि आज आपने जो काम करके दिखाया है, आज किसी भी दिन अगर आपको कोई एम्प्लॉय चाहिए होगा तो मुझे बुला लेना। मेरी उम्र हो रही है अभी, कुछ सालों के बाद मैं भी ऐसे ही बैठने वाला हूँ वेला, तो मुझे बुला लेना, मैं आ जाऊंगा पढ़ाने आपके स्कूल।
नहीं, आप मतलब एम्प्लॉय तो नहीं, डेफिनेटली मुझे तो लगता है कि यू विल ऑलवेज रिमेन माय बॉस। मैं आज इंटरव्यू से पहले मैं सोच रही थी मैं क्या बोलूंगी, एऑन बोलूंगी या फिर बॉस बोलूंगी या फिर सर बोलूंगी। तो आई थिंक
हमारा पूरा पैकेज है, एक के साथ एक फ्री। सो मुझे आप एम्प्लॉय कर लो। मेरी वाइफ जो पढ़ी लिखी एकेडमिक है वो भी आ जाएंगी मेरे साथ, हम दोनों मिलके बुड्ढे बुड्ढी आपके बच्चों को पढ़ाएंगे।
यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम। मैं तो चाहती हूँ कि बल्कि आप आए, आप जुड़े। और मुझे कितना अच्छा लग रहा है कि आज हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं। और जैसे कि मैंने उस दिन आपसे कहा भी था व्हाट्सएप पर कि दैट वाज द स्टार्ट ऑफ माय कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ, एंड दिस इज अ कोइंसिडेंस, प्योर कोइंसिडेंस, that few days back was my last day in my organization, and this is the start of my kind of full-time social work.
सेकेंड लाइफ। सो
Second
बहुत
life.
बहुत बधाई हो आपके सेकेंड लाइफ की शुरुआत के लिए, जहाँ पे आप बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही हो। करते रहो दोनों। दिव्या को मेरे तरफ से मेरा रिगार्ड देना, और उनसे भी बात होगी बहुत जल्द कभी। तो थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर टेकिंग टाइम मीनाक्षी। वेरी इंस्पायरिंग जर्नी एंड कीप डूइंग द गुड वर्क।
Thank you, Ann. Thank you.